She said I wasn't good enough because I fix air conditioners, so I let her find out what life without me feels like. Hi, I'm Ray, 33, and until 6 months ago, I was the kind of guy who fixed air conditioners by day and grilled steaks with my buddies on weekends. I didn't have much, but I had peace. Then my girlfriend decided she was too good for me because I wasn't born into money. So I sold the BMW she drove, but didn't own, and watched her meltdown at a yacht party she had to take 3 buses to reach. Here's how that all went down. Vanessa and I had been together 5 years, lived together, split bills. I made about $65,000 doing HVAC installs, honest work. She was a receptionist at a high-end real estate firm making maybe $35,000, which was fine until she got promoted to client relations coordinator. That's when everything changed. Suddenly, she was wearing Louboutins I know she didn't buy, carrying Chanel bags she borrowed from her country club friends Lexi and Natasha, and introducing me as someone in climate control systems management instead of just saying Ray installs ACs. She used to laugh when we'd talk about dream vacations. Now, she rolled her eyes when I brought up saving. When I asked how she got the new Louis Vuitton clutch, she said Lexi gave it to her, or Natasha was done with it. Yeah, hey. Then came the cousin's wedding. We'd arved months ago. But the morning of, while curling her hair, Vanessa casually said, I can't go. Natasha's husband chartered a yacht for the day. You're skipping my cousin's wedding? We committed to this. It's your family, not mine, she replied. Besides, I need to network. These people own buildings, Ray. I'm going places. I don't need you anymore. I have rich friends now. She didn't flinch, just turned back to the mirror. I stared at her for 10 seconds and said, That's wonderful. She blinked. What? I'm happy you found your people. Then she grabbed the BMW keys and left. I went to the wedding solo, smiled, lied to my relatives that she had a work emergency. The next morning, began making calls. Because that BMW? It was mine. Bought it used when we moved in together, title and insurance in my name. She just drove it. And now she didn't need me, which meant she didn't need my car either. Monday morning, I made 2 calls. One to my insurance company to remove Vanessa from the policy, and another to list the BMW on AutoTrader. I priced it at $19K under market, fast sell. Got 3 offers by noon, cash in hand by Tuesday. Watched the car she paraded around and drive off with the guy in cargo shorts who said, My daughter's gonna love this. I bet she would. Wednesday morning, Vanessa left the apartment like usual, makeup flawless, outfit tight, heels like knives. She didn't notice the BMW was gone. I'd been parking it in visitor spots and keeping my work truck in the garage. Her text hit at 10:04 am. Did you move my car? I replied, I sold it. Cue meltdown. 31 calls in 10 minutes. When I finally picked up, she screamed, What do you mean you sold it? That's my car. I stayed calm. Actually, it's my car. Check the registration. Need that car. I have a client meeting. There's Uber, or your rich friends. You'll figure it out. She went quiet, then snapped. You're doing this to punish me for what I said. I shrugged. No, I need the money. My truck needs a new transmission. Then came Beverly, her mom. Called me 5 minutes later like she was storming a PTA meeting. You left my daughter stranded. She has legs, Uber, and yachts. She's fine. You stole her car. Can't steal what's mine, Beverly. The next 2 days were like watching a comedy unfold in real time. Vanessa showed up at my job during lunch crying, full drama, mascara streaks, pleading through the break room window like a soap opera character. I got fired, Ray. I missed the meeting. They let me go. I nodded. That's unfortunate. You ruined my life. I just stopped paying for it. That night, I got a call from Natasha Wellington. The Natasha, cold, clipped, country club voice. Did you really sell Vanessa's car? Yes, it was mine. That was rather vindictive. Not as vindictive as her telling me she doesn't need me because she has you and Lexi. Pause. She said that, word for word. Longer pause. She serves champagne at our events. She's the help. And just like that, I knew. Vanessa didn't have rich friends. She was the hired help pretending to be one. Saturday was the yacht party, the one Vanessa had skipped my cousin's wedding for. She'd been hyping it on Instagram all week like missing it would end her social life. Stories, countdowns, outfit teasers. At 8 o'clock sharp. She knocked on my door in full glam, hair curled, face beat, nails sparkling, wearing a floral romper that screamed, "I belong on a yacht," and those same Louboutins she'd bought instead of paying rent. "I need a ride to the marina," she said like we were still a couple. I blinked. "You what?" "The yacht leaves at 9, Uber's $70, and Lexi's already there. Call Natasha," I said, sipping my coffee. "She seems helpful." "She's not answering." "Come on, Ray, don't be like this." "Like what?" "Honest, logical." She sighed and shifted. "Tactics." Touched my arm. "Maybe after we talk?" "I've been thinking." "Nope, Ray, this is abuse." I smiled. "No, Vanessa. This is Tuesday." "Well, Saturday." "Whatever. Still not my problem." She stood there blinking, like her eyelashes would hypnotize me into driving her, then shouted, "I hate you," and clomped off down the stairs in those overpriced heels. Found out later from her Instagram that she tried to take 3 buses. 3, showed up 2 hours late. Yacht already gone. She posted a teary rant with a blurry selfie. "Some people only love you when you're useful, but fake friends and fake love always reveal themselves." Blessed to Citruscol, the comments were brutal. "Girl, he owned the car, so you ditched a wedding for these people and they left without you? Imagine living in delusion like this. Did you really try to take a bus to a yacht party?" Then came the kicker. "Lexi, yes." That Lexi commented. "Vanessa, stop. You told everyone at the club you bought that BMW yourself. You said your boyfriend was a hedge fund manager. We are not friends. You work events, we host. Please stop tagging me." 237 likes in 2 hours. That one comment did what months of passive-aggressive conversations and emotional manipulation never could. It shattered the fantasy. Vanessa deleted her post, but screenshots don't die. Monday morning, the apartment saga kicked off. See, Vanessa and I were both on the lease, but I paid the lion's share $400 of the $1,900 monthly rent. She covered $500 and thought she was Bianca. After the car incident and the Instagram drama, I figured it was time to go full clean break. So I gave our landlord, Mr. Peterson, 30 days notice. Cool old guy. Vietnam vet. Loves jazz and hates drama. "Moving out?" he asked. "What about your lady?" "She's not my lady anymore. She'll need to qualify on her own." He nodded, ran her credit, and whistled low. 560 score and no income. "Not gonna happen." He posted a notice on the door that afternoon, tenant must vacate, or secure a qualifying co-tenant within 30 days. I got home to the sound of a human scream echoing off the hallway. Vanessa, standing in the living room, holding the notice like it was a death sentence. "You're making me homeless." "No," I said, calmly placing a pizza on the counter. "I'm moving out." Normal adult thing. "Can't afford this place alone." "That's unfortunate. Where am I supposed to go?" asked Natasha. "Or Lexi, or Beverly." She called Beverly. Of course she did. And this time, Beverly didn't come alone. She brought back up Vanessa's dad, Frank. Now, Frank's chill, always quiet, worked in logistics or insurance or something. Boring. I never saw him yell once in 5 years. Beverly, though, came in hot like a lawyer on a courtroom drama. "You need to fix this," she snapped. "Fix what?" "I'm moving." "Not a crime. You are sabotaging her life. She's your responsibility." "She's 30 years old. She's her own responsibility." Frank cleared his throat. "Vanessa, why don't you come home for a bit?" "I'm not a child, Dad." "Then act like an adult," I chimed in. Beverly rounded on me. "You're a vindictive little man. You couldn't handle her upgrading her life. She upgraded by pretending to be rich while I funded her lifestyle. She deserves better than you." "You're right," I said. "She deserves a man who pays for her apartment, her car, her outfits, and gets publicly humiliated for it online." Vanessa looked like she wanted to disappear. As they were leaving, Frank lagged behind, pulled me aside and asked, "Did she really say she didn't need you?" I nodded. "Said it to my face," he sighed. "She gets that from her mother. Always wants more. Never appreciates what she has." Then he said softly, "For what it's worth, I'd have sold the car too." By Friday, Vanessa had reached full social media meltdown mode. Her stories were a chaotic mix of job hunting screenshots, inspirational quotes about rising from betrayal, and vague posts that screamed, "Look what my evil ex did to me." But then she made her fatal mistake. She posted in a local Facebook group, one of those big, city life ones with 20,000 members. And she tagged me. Warning: my ex-boyfriend Ray tagged vindictively sold my car and is forcing me to be homeless. This is what narcissistic abuse looks like. Women, beware of these small men who can't handle strong women succeeding without them. I stared at the post in disbelief. She really tried to turn a room full of wine moms and hoa dads into a personal smear campaign. So I responded with receipts. I posted a full thread under her post, photo of the BMW's title in my name, screenshot of insurance docs with my name, bank statements showing 3 years of car payments, a text from her saying, "I don't need you anymore. I have rich friends now." A second text, "Thanks for letting me drive your car all this time." The comment section went nuclear in real time. "So he paid for the car and the apartment and you called him pathetic? Sis, you told him you didn't need him, and he believed you. This is embarrassing for you, Vanessa. Team ex-boyfriend, easy win. You got outplayed by a guy with a toolbox and a mortgage. Respect." But the real knockout punch came from an unexpected voice. "Lexi." Yes, that Lexi. "Vanessa, please stop. You told everyone at the club you bought that car yourself, and that your boyfriend worked in finance. We are not friends, Natasha, and I only know you from events. You pour champagne. You take codes. Please don't involve us again." That one comment got 237 likes in under an hour. Vanessa deleted her entire post. Too late. Screenshots were already being passed around like popcorn at a drive-in. She tried to do damage control, but the group turned her into a meme. I saw one post with a screenshot of Lexi's comment and the caption, "When your imaginary rich friends roast you in public." Then came the final blow. Someone leaked a video from a country club event. Vanessa, tipsy, holding a flute of champagne, telling a group of women, "Boyfriend? Oh, he's nobody. I'm just using him till I find someone better." These rich guys love the whole independent woman thing. They don't need to know he pays for everything. The person who posted it tagged me. "Thought you should see this, bro." Watched it twice. First time, it stung. Second time, I laughed. Because now I knew I hadn't lost anything. I dodged a damn bullet. Saturday morning, I was up early moving day. I'd found a smaller one-bedroom across town, closer to job sites, and blissfully free of high heels on tile floors. I was boxing up the last of my kitchen stuff when Vanessa wandered out of the bedroom. She didn't yell, didn't cry, just sat on the couch, legs crossed under a throw blanket, like none of this was happening. "You'll be back," she said flatly, watching me tape up a box of utensils. "You can't live without me." I didn't even look at her. "I've been living without you since the day you found your rich friends. I just stopped paying rent for the illusion." She tried a weak smile. "They weren't really my friends. No kidding, I just wanted more." Is that so wrong? Wanting more? No, burning everything real in your life for a fantasy? Yeah, that's where you lost me. I carried the last box out to my truck. When I came back for the broom, she was standing in the doorway. "What am I supposed to do now?" she asked quietly. I shrugged. "Whatever people who don't need anyone do, I guess." Didn't wait for a reply. Just got in my truck, gave the apartment one last look, and drove off. 2 months later, here's where the dust settled. Vanessa, back with Beverly and Frank, age 30, sleeping in her childhood bedroom with pink walls and Jonas Brothers posters. Frank told me she's working part-time at Target now, making $15 an hour. The same woman who used to wrinkle her nose at mall employees. The BMW sale? Best financial decision I've made in years. Fixed the HVAC truck's transmission, then stashed the rest in savings. Turns out when you're not funding someone else's Instagram lifestyle, you actually build wealth. Beverly still sends me emails. I've blocked her on everything else. Last one called me a small, pathetic man who ruined her daughter's future. I replied, "Your daughter ruined her future when she decided she was too good for someone who loved her. I just stopped financing the fantasy." No response. The cherry on top? Natasha Wellington. The Natasha called my company and specifically requested me to service her mansion. When I showed up, she handed me a check, smirked, and said, She asked me for a $5,000 loan last week. I told her to call one of her rich friends. We laughed hard, and as I stood that wrench in hand, I realized I didn't feel bitter. I felt free. A week later, I got an email from Vanessa. A long one. No drama, no caps lock, no hashtags, just honest. Or at least therapy-flavored honesty. She said she'd started seeing a counselor thanks to Frank's insurance. Talked about how she got caught up chasing a lifestyle, how she didn't know who she was anymore, how being around those people made her feel small, so she lied to feel bigger. The email ended with, "I know I don't deserve forgiveness, but I need you to know I understand now. I had everything I needed, and I threw it away for an illusion. You loved me for who I was, and I hated you for not being who I thought I deserved. I'm sorry." I read it 3 times, then deleted it. Look, people say you should be the bigger person, that I should have let her keep the car until she found her feet, or stayed on the lease so she wouldn't be homeless, or been more understanding about her social climbing. But here's the thing. Being the bigger person doesn't mean being a doormat. She told me to my face I wasn't enough, that I install air conditioners while her friends own buildings. She humiliated me, lied about me, and replaced loyalty with networking. So when she said she didn't need me, I believed her, and I let her live that life. The rich friend's fantasy, the country club cosplay, the social ladder she climbed in borrowed heels. And it turns out, rich friends don't pay for your BMW, cover your rent, rescue you when you get fired, or wait when your bus shows up late to the yacht marina. Me, I'm doing better than I've felt in years. Started dating again. Met a woman at my CrossFit gym named Amber. She's a carpenter, drives a beat-up Tacoma with a cracked bumper, and laughs like she means it. First date, she insisted we split the check. You don't need to pay, she said. I make my own money. I don't want a provider. I want a partner. And those 5 words? Music to my ears. She knows the Vanessa story, hard to miss with how viral it went. Her take? Anyone who measures your worth by your job title isn't worth your time. So we're taking it slow. No borrowed shoes, no champagne lies. Just honesty, sawdust, and shared leftovers. But the best part? I ran into Frank at Home Depot. He was pushing a cart with 3 paint cans. I asked, redecorating? Vanessa's room, he said, half sighing. She wants to paint over the pink. Gonna be there a while, huh? Frank paused, then said quietly, I already got my own apartment. Just haven't told them yet. Waiting till she's settled? He shook his head. Honestly, I think they deserve each other. 2 weeks later, he left. Vanessa and Beverly now roommates in a 2-bedroom. Both working retail. Both still blaming everyone else. Beverly and Vanessa, a mother-daughter sitcom except without the laugh track. Living together, shopping at TJ Maxx. Working retail shifts they used to mock other people for. The same 2 women who once looked down on HVAC vans and manual labor, now sharing a fridge labeled for roommates only and fighting over who left the bathroom light on. Frank? He's thriving. Got himself a modest bachelor pad and started fishing again. Runs into me sometimes and will chat over tool aisle discounts or during oil changes. He looks 10 years younger. Said the silence in his new place is healing. As for me, I'm not trying to win anything. Not keeping score, but there's something quietly satisfying about drinking coffee in peace, in a home where no one treats you like a stepping stone. About walking through your kitchen without hearing passive-aggressive jabs or the click-clack of overpriced heels stomping entitlement into the tile. About being with someone like Amber who doesn't need you to be anything but yourself. No illusions. No clout chasing. Just 2 people who respect each other. That's what I'd been missing all along. Not money, not status, respect. Vanessa never understood that. To her, love had to be shiny, curated, expensive. She wanted her life to look like an Instagram reel, polished and posed, with no trace of sweat or struggle. Problem was, I was real. I was the guy who fixed things, showed up, paid bills, made dinner, kept our life from falling apart. And she resented me for it. She told me I wasn't enough. So let her live without me. I didn't scream. I didn't slam doors. I didn't stoop to her level. I just quietly took my car back, my name off the lease, my money out of the joint account, and my future out of her fantasy. The world she thought would catch her Wasn't real. Those rich friends she tried to impress never saw her as an equal. Just the girl who handed out champagne and disappeared when the real guests arrived. Turns out the only real person in her life was the one she pushed out. So no, I didn't go back. Didn't give her a second shot. Didn't reply to her final email asking if we could rebuild something honest. Because I did build something honest. With my time, my labor, my love. And she threw it away for glitter. Now, I wake up beside a woman who smells like sawdust and coffee, who thinks a $12 meal shared with someone real beats a $300 dinner with someone fake. We go for walks. We build bookshelves. We plan camping trips. The life's not flashy, but it's mine. And for the first time in a long time, so am I. Vanessa wanted rich friends. She got them, and she learned the truth. Rich friends don't care when you're broke. They don't help when you fall. They don't catch you when you trip over your own ego. And they sure as hell don't buy you a new BMW.me. I'm not rich. I'm not glamorous. I crawl through attics and fix busted condensers in July heat. But I've got integrity. And that, turns out, it's worth more than Louboutins and least smiles. So. Here's to all the guys who got told they weren't enough because their job wasn't sexy or their wallet wasn't gold-plated. Here's to the quiet ones who kept the lights on, the groceries stocked, the dreams alive until someone decided they were disposable. And here's to walking away, not because you're weak, but because you finally realized your worth. Vanessa said she didn't need me. She was right. And now, she finally knows what life really looks like without me. It's not designer. It's not curated. It's just reality. And me? I'm exactly where I belong. At peace, paid off, and free.